Hello there. So today we have a foundation first impression, but then like a review at the end. So today we're going to be trying out the brand new Makeup Revolution Fast Base Foundation Stick. These cost £5 each and there are 18 shades. 18 shades to select, which I just think is fantastic. Also, similar to the concealers, the shades have all different kind of undertones, and I really like the way that Makeup Revolution have kind of quite clearly, in my opinion, I don't know if you can even see that, but they've basically given you like a description of each shade. So the shades go from F1 all the way up to F18. And for example, so F1 is for fair skin tones with a neutral undertone. F10 is for medium skin tones with a golden undertone. So even though it can be confusing, and undoubtedly I think it is always going to be quite difficult trying to find your perfect shade, especially when you're picking a foundation online, I do feel like Makeup Revolution have actually given you a really good bit of help with it. So I've not watched any other reviews on this foundation yet because I wanted to just come fresh into it with no preconceptions in my mind. So all it says about this foundation on the Tan Beauty website is the easy to apply stick for, what am I doing, like I've just come into like hippie mode and I'm kind of loving it right now. Okay, so the easy to apply stick formula melts into skin, blending seamlessly to leave a fresh and dewy finish. Twist up, swipe on, blend out with fingers, a beauty sponge or your favorite foundation brush. Okay, so I have two different shades here. I've got shade F4, which is the same shade that I got in the concealer and define. I believe that all of the shades match up with the concealer shades, so if you're struggling to find which shade to get, you could kind of go off, if you've got the concealer, you can kind of use that as a bit of a benchmark, you know. So F4 is for light skin tones with a neutral undertone, which I do believe that I'm light with neutral kind of undertones. I don't really feel like I sway more pink or more yellow. Please let me know what you think. I think I've got areas of like redness on my face, and obviously the bright yellow hair right now because I'm in hair limbo. I'm about to dye it yellow, coincidentally, like literally I'm about to dye my hair yellow and I'm hating it being yellow right now. That makes no sense, does it? But anyway, so I've also got shade F10 for medium skin tones with a golden undertone because I thought that that might be good for a bit of contour. So this is the packaging. I think they look fabulous. It reminds me a lot of the kind of, is it KKW, Kim K's makeup line? Just very kind of sophisticated. It's matte and it's kind of like a beautiful peachy colour with rose gold. Let's see how much product do we actually get. So this one is F4 and you do get a lot of product. I mean, that is a lot. I recently tried out the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick Foundation and I've used this like a lot. But just to compare, like I know it's not really a good comparison because I've used the L'Oreal one a lot. The L'Oreal one is a lot chunkier. He is much girthier. I mean, really. But oh, by the way, I love this L'Oreal stick foundation. This is a foundation that I recently tested out. I've been using so much. It's my favorite stick foundation. Not that I've tried a lot of stick foundations, but anyway, got my face ready. I've moisturized. I have put a little bit of my Urban Decay Optical Illusion primer just on my nose, on my chin and on my forehead because I always use that primer. Just to let you know as well, if you've not seen any of my like foundation reviews before, I do like a first impression, which is what's happening now, where we can experience the foundation going on for the first time and I can give you my first impressions. But then I'm going to be going away wearing the foundation for a good few days, wearing it with primer, without primer, wearing it with setting spray, without setting spray, wearing it with my pants on, without my pants on. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to be thoroughly testing it out over the next couple or few days, and then once I've formed a good opinion of it, then I'll be back. Like I'll be back on my stool to give you the full lowdown because I like to thoroughly test out a foundation. I just don't believe in wearing it like one time and then coming back to my stool and believing I can give you the 411 because I think it takes a bit longer, you know, to really test out foundation. But anyway, I'm going on now. So I have a brush and I also have a beauty blender. I know it looks dirty. I promise you it's not. I have washed it this morning. But I mean, yeah, anyway, so we're just going to start. We're going to go in with, I'll check I've got the right shade, F4. Oh my gosh, it's so like smooth, and like it, like, how can I describe this? I'm a bit carried away. I don't know why, but it just goes on like so. It slides on, like it slides on. There's no tug. You know, sometimes like I feel with stick foundations, you can get a bit of tugging coming, but there's no tugging with this. So I've applied, I feel quite generous amount there. I don't know what to expect in terms of coverage with this, but we're just going to go for it. So I'm just using my beauty blender just to kind of pat this in. Let me check. It feels a bit emollient, that's what I'm going to say. Like, it does feel emollient, but I think that that probably helps it, you know, to have that slidey on, like glidey on kind of feeling. This is actually applying really easily, but it does feel kind of emollient is what I will say. But like literally there is no drama whatsoever in getting this to blend. It's just blending like a bad boy. Okay, I feel like the actual shade of this is perfect. Let me just do a little swatch just so that you can see. So actually it looks to be quite pink undertoned if anything, but yeah, it does. It looks quite pink undertone, but we've got one side. Oh no, we've not, because I've not blended in my nose. I mean, really, let me just blend that bad boy all up in there. Okay, so we have one side of my face done, and it was so quick, it was so easy, it just glided right on, no problem whatsoever with blending the product out. I would say that I applied, I'd say, more of a generous amount of the product, and it's given me, I'd say, like a light to medium coverage. It doesn't look like the strongest coverage in the world, because I feel like you can still see, like, you know, like the little discoloration on my face, but I'm liking the dewiness. It does look to be quite reflective of the light, you know. Okay, so anyway, we're going to do the other side. 1, 2, do the chin, do the nose, and a couple on the fod. I mean, really. Okay, so I am going to use my brush just to blend this side in. With my L'Oreal foundation, I actually like to use a brush because I think I just get a bit more coverage, and I find that it's quicker. Like lately, I've been using brushes a lot more than sponges, because I do find that they are a lot quicker, you know. So again, no problem whatsoever blending out. Oh my gosh, like I just feel like that is blended out supremely quick, and I don't feel like this side is as dewy. Like, can you see over here, we've got quite a lot of like reflectiveness of the light bouncing off my face, whereas over on this side I don't feel like it's got that same dewy glow to it, but probably because the sponge was maybe a little bit wet, so it was adding in a bit of moisture. But oh my god, like guys, like I like both sides. I think if anything I prefer the brush side more, but feeling a little bit emollient, but I feel like because it's a stick foundation, it has to be like a little bit emollient, you know, just like spread itself on. Sometimes we all need a little bit of oil, you know, to spread things around a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. Next, we're going to try out the shade F10 for a little bit of a contour. If I do a little swatch here, sorry, the worst swatch in the world. Actually, maybe it would work quite well for contour, because look at that. And this definitely isn't like a neutral. This is golden undertoned, as it said. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's pop that there. Oh my gosh, yes, yes, yes. And again, on the other side, it's so emollient, like literally so emollient. Pop it all around my jaw. Like, I feel like this is like a really good like tip. If you want to like slim your face down a bit, or just get a little bit more definition, put a feck load of contour like around your jaw, and it really just like snatches the whole face in. I'm going to just pop a little bit there. Now, I do use a contour stick by Makeup Revolution, but I do find that it can be a little bit draggy. It's the Ultra Contour Stick. Oh, bananas. I do love that contour stick, but it can be draggy going on and a little bit tough to blend, whereas because these feel so emollient, I'm hoping that this is going to be, look at that. Oh my gosh, look. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, the shade maybe isn't completely right. Okay, so the shade is looking at very like yellow undertoned right now, but do you know what? It's fine. We can make it work. And, you know, it's my fault if I pick the wrong shades. Okay, so, I mean, I'm noticing that this is very easy to blend out, much easier than the contour stick by Makeup Revolution. However, and it's a big however, the shade isn't right. I mean, the shade isn't right, but, you know, I can kind of, I don't know how I can make this work, actually. I'm just blagging here. I'm just like, oh, she can make it work. You know, like Nikki Tutorials makes a mistake and she's like, oh, it's fine, guys. We'll just make this work. We'll just put some light translucent powder on. I'm freaking out over here on my stool, if I'm being honest. I have no idea how we're going to make this work, but I don't know. It'll be fine. Oh my gosh, look, I put way too much on. And now it looks like, you know, when you've not taken your foundation down your neck and you've got that obnoxious feck off line, that's it. What I'm experiencing right now. Oh my giddy Aunt Sheila. I mean, really. Okay, just go like this. Oh my gosh, like what is going on in the world right now? Okay, so it's fine, guys. It's fine. It's gonna be okay. My face just looks very bronze. Like, I'm liking it. I cannot say that I'm hating the look right now. The perimeter of my face just looks glowing, like it's been in the sun. It's had a margarita and a fiesta, had a one night stand with the guy behind the bar, Pedro. Okay, so guys, I know that the shade of the contour isn't kind of ideal. However, that was my fault, and I take full responsibility for picking the wrong shade. However, I think that the shade of the foundation is perfect. Ultimately, I loved how the foundation stick applied as a foundation and also as a contour, because it just was super easy and like no hassle to blend out. I'm going to go away now. I'm going to be wearing this foundation for however long it takes for me to form my opinion on it, and then I will be back. Okay, so it's been 3 days now since I first tested the Fast Base Foundation. I definitely feel like I have my opinion of it at this point. I don't like it, and I feel so kind of, I don't know, I feel kind of like strange about saying that, because I've noticed that with Makeup Revolution, if I ever give a bad review of a product or I just don't like a product, I always find that I do get a lot of aggro in the comments, because I think Makeup Revolution is a phenomenal brand and I love 90% of the products that I've tried by Makeup Revolution. But as always, like, not everyone's going to love the same thing. And please, 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 like, before you leave a comment saying, oh my gosh, well, I love this foundation, you didn't apply it properly, just keep in mind that we're never gonna like the same things. So anyway, so the reasons why I don't like this foundation are that I feel like it's probably more geared for drier skin types. I have oily skin. I don't have like super duper oily skin, but it's definitely more oily as opposed to normal, and I just find that within a couple of hours of having this on my face, regardless of how much I've kind of set it down, it still looks like really, really shiny, unlike any of my other foundations that I have. Another thing that I really don't like about this foundation for me is that it really accentuates my pores. You can really kind of see them around my nose, and I feel like when you first apply the foundation, your skin looks really, really good. I've noticed that like I filmed a few videos when I've been wearing this and my skin looks really, really good on camera, but I find that as soon as you start to get oily and your oils come through and you get shiny, the pores just come to life. Like, they're just the most visible like items upon my face. So yeah, and also you can kind of feel this foundation on your face. I don't know if it's just because it does get oily, and you can just feel it there, like on your face. So I don't really like that either. However, in the defense of this product, I think it applies beautifully. I think it looks really beautiful just after you've applied it, before you start getting oily. And I think that if you've got dry skin, if you've got normal skin, even if you've got oily skin, I would definitely encourage that you give this a go, because it is only £5. Like I said earlier, makeup's subjective, so you might like this more like dewy look. To me, this is kind of oily, but I don't know, could this pass as dewy? I don't know. I mean, I'm a big fan of dewy, but this feels like, it just feels like super, super oily. But anyway, so at the beginning of the video, I mentioned that I'd recently tried the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick Foundation. I definitely prefer this one to the Makeup Revolution one. The L'Oreal one is $8.99, so it's not that much more expensive. It's like $3.99 more expensive than the Makeup Rev one. Sorry, I've just been messing about. Like, I was trying to see like how much you got in each, and then I've been like tearing the stickers off and being a little bit like interested in the ingredients. I wish I knew about ingredients, but anyway, for me, being someone with an oily skin type, the L'Oreal stick definitely, you know, worked a lot better for me. Actually really did like the Fast Face as a kind of contouring kind of situation, or bronzing situation, which is probably what I would use the F10 shade for, because it's definitely not my ideal kind of contour shade. But I feel like as a like cream contour, it just blended out like exquisitely. So I'm definitely going to get what would be more of my ideal kind of contour shade to use as a contour. I feel like I'm not going to be reaching for the Fast Base on like a day-to-day basis. I definitely wouldn't reach for this you know, before a long day at work, because I just don't have the confidence that it would last more than a couple of hours without getting super oily and shiny. But I would probably wear this just for filming, because I do think it looks really good on camera. So if I knew that I'm only going to have this on my face for maybe an hour, I would definitely use it for that. I would be really keen to know what your thoughts are down below. If you've tried this foundation, what did you think? As I said at the beginning of the video, I've not watched any other reviews at this point, so I have no idea if this foundation is going down well, or if it's not. I have no idea. So I'm going to go now and watch some other reviews, because I'm really intrigued to find out. But anyway, guys, yeah, so ultimately, just to round this up, I feel like if you've got oily skin, then just keep in mind that this potentially might make you quite shiny. But I feel like if you've got dry skin, it could actually be really like nourishing and feeling really good on the skin. I just want to say, like, well done to Makeup Revolution for selling this for £5. As I said, it's just a preference situation. My skin just, I don't think, is the kind of skin type that this foundation stick has been designed for. It'd be really interesting to see, like, if they came out with a matte version, how would that last on my skin? I feel like that one would probably be right up my street. So anyway, let's see if that happens. But guys, I'm going to go now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with more.